For today, guys, we're going to be going over certain concepts regarding triangles, especially with the angles inside a triangle. Remember, guys, from our previous lesson, you guys should have been taking vocabulary. Let's see if you guys have. Before we get started with the new vocabulary, let's do a do now. I want you guys to complete and find angle 1 and angle 2 for this do now problem. Pause if you need to right now. Well, angle 1 is 99 degrees. Angle 2 and angle 1 are supplementary. So how many degrees is going to be angle 2? If I did the math correctly, angle 2 should be 81 degrees. Now let's do number 2. Find all the missing angles. Using your knowledge of corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, supplementary angles, and vertical angles. Angle 1 should be 68 degrees. Angle 2 should be 112 because angle 1 and angle 2 are supplementary. Angle 3 is also going to be 112 because it's vertical angles with angle 2. Angle 5 should be 112 because it's corresponding to angle 2. Angle 6 is therefore going to be 68 degrees, either due to supplementary angles with angle 5 or corresponding angles with the other 68 degrees. Angle 7 is going to be 112 degrees because of vertical angles. And angle 4 is also going to be 68 degrees. I'm hoping you guys got that. Again, it's all about vertical angles, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles, and supplementary angles. So, you guys should have done all the vocabulary and drawn the pictures for all the vocabulary words I'm checking off right now. You should have done complementary angles, supplementary angles, vertical angles, parallel lines, transversal, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, alternate exterior angles. You should have written all those vocabulary words in that white worksheet. Okay. You may get a pop quiz today. It is a block period. Hopefully you guys wrote this all down. So, let's see if you guys remember anything from years past. What do all the interior angles add to in a triangle? From your experience, you guys should have known that all the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at this problem. Let's find a missing angle. And let's all solve it algebraically. Well, again, all the angles add up to 180 degrees. So let's write a problem for this. Well, there's 3 angles. I'm going to add them up to 180. But I don't know what y is. So I'm going to say y plus 90 plus 42 equals 180 for 180 degrees. Now I'm going to simplify 90 plus 42, which is 132. Drop down the y. Now I'm going to find y by subtracting both sides. By 132. Thus, y should equal to 48 degrees. All right. Knowing how I did this problem, Try to do number 2 and 3. Please pause right now and then continue playing as soon as you finish numbers 2 and 3. Okay. For number 2, again, all the angles add up to 180. So I'm going to say B plus 93 plus 37 equals 180 degrees. I'm now going to simplify this. So B plus 130 equals 180. I'm going to subtract 130 from both sides. Therefore, B is equal to 50 degrees. For number 3, again, all the angles add up to 180. Therefore, I'm going to do E plus 15 plus 31 equals 180. So E plus 46 equals 180. I subtract 46 from both sides, and then I get E is equal to 134. Okay. Now, that was the easy part of today's lesson because it's kind of a review of what you've seen before. So let's talk about the exterior angle of a triangle. There's certain vocabulary words you need to know by the end of today, besides an exterior angle. If you extend one of the sides of a triangle from the vertex, you form an exterior angle. So if you look at this triangle, I extended one of the sides. This angle here is called the exterior angle. There are actually more than one exterior angle, but I'm just using one for now. So that's the exterior angle. And that exterior angle has a certain relationship to two other angles. Now, the two angles I want you guys to take a look at are these two angles. These are the two angles not adjacent to the exterior angle and are inside the triangle. These are called remote interior angles. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do some exploring. What we're going to do now is use our knowledge of the interior angles of a triangle and supplementary angles. Let's try to figure out the relationship between the remote interior angles and the exterior angle. So, let's look at number 4. Let's figure out the measure of each missing variable. So, angle S is 45 degrees because 45 degrees and 135 degrees add up to 180, and they're supplementary. How do I figure out angle R? Well, it's a triangle. What do all the angles add up to? All the angles add up to 180 inside the triangle. So R plus 40 plus 45 equals 180. R plus 85 equals 180. I subtract 85 from both sides. Therefore, R is equal to 95 degrees. So this is 95 degrees. I want you to take a quick look at the relationship between this angle, and this angle. We're going to revisit this. But just take a look. What's the relationship between 40 degrees, 95, and 135? Okay. Let's go figure out number 5. Let's figure. Well, I guess number 5, I made a boo-boo. Isn't that the same thing as number 4? All right, let's go to number 6. Okay, guys, let's figure out what angle 6 is equal to. So, angle T, that's going to be 85 degrees right here because those two angles are supplementary. How do I figure out angle R? Well, all those angles inside the triangle add up to 180. So R plus 61 plus 85 equals 180. R plus 146 equals 180. I subtract 146 from both sides. R is equal to, then, 34 degrees. So now take another look. What's the relationship between 95, 61, and 34? Well, if you haven't noticed, look at those two remote interior angles in the bottom there. What do they add up to? You may notice that they add up to 95 degrees, which is the same as the remote interior angle. Let's look in the previous one, number 4. Look at the exterior angle of 135 degrees. Now let's look at the two remote interior angles of 40 and 95 degrees. What do 40 and 95 add up to? Well, they add up to 135. So the two remote interior angles add up to the same thing as the exterior angle. These two angles right here add up together to be 135. Likewise, in the number 6, these two angles together add up to equal to 95. And so, that's one thing you guys should know. The two remote interior angles always add up to the same thing as the exterior angle. Okay, let's see if you got this. Okay, guys, please write what should be in the blanks. These are the two major concepts we covered today. It's a triangle interior angle sum. The blank of all the blanks in a triangle is blank. What goes into the first blank? I'm going to help you guys out. I think the word is sum. The sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So that's a concept that you guys should have been familiar with before even today's lesson. Now the last concept has to do with the exterior angle. It's called a triangle exterior angle sum. The measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. So the remote interior angles, when you add them up together, would always equal to the exterior angle. All right, guys. I think you guys got this. But before we go practice more on today's new concepts, let's do a little review. We probably won't do all these problems, but let's try to do this problem right here. Let's solve for A, B. If you want to fast forward and go to the new concepts, go ahead and go to number 7. So for letter A, let's review. If I want to find what x is equal to, I'm going to simplify. I get 9x plus 12 is equal to 39. I subtract 12 from both sides. And then I get 9x is equal to 27. My last step is to divide both sides by 9. X is equal to 3. Go ahead and go to letter B. Please pause, and as soon as you finish, continue playing. So for letter B, I'm going to simplify it. 14 minus 6 is 8. So I'm going to write 8 plus 8g equals 40. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. 8g is equal to 32. Our last step is to divide both sides by 8. G is equal to 4. Okay? Reviewing a lot of the concepts because you guys will see later on that reviewing really helps. Okay. For letter C, let's try to add all of our like terms for letter C. X, 4x, 10x. X plus 4x plus 10x is 15x. 1 minus 10 gives me a negative 9, equals 24. So I've simplified everything to the left of the equal sign. And I get 15x minus 9 equals 24. The next thing I'm going to do is add 9 to both sides. And therefore I get 15x is equal to 33. So what do I do next? I divide both sides by 15. And x, I'm going to help you guys out with this. X is then going to equal to 2.2. Okay. I hope you guys got that. Sorry about the problem in the last step. Let's go to the examples I want to go over. So, what I want you guys to do is work on the next 5 problems in class right now. And then I want you guys to find the answers. Go ahead and work with the person right next to you. There's number 7 and on. Try to finish all these 5 problems, and then check your answer with what I have up here. Okay. Go ahead and pause right now. As soon as you finish, continue playing. For number 7, x plus 32 plus 48 equals to 180. I'm going to simplify this now. X plus 80 equals 180. I subtract 80 from both sides. And therefore X is equal to 100. All right, number 8. Oh, this gets a little more complicated, and it's based upon the review we just did. It's a triangle. All the angles add up to 180. So this is what I'm going to do. X plus 28 plus X plus 90 equals 180. I then get 2X plus 118 equals 180. I subtract 118 from both sides. I then get 2X is equal to 62. X, after I divide both sides by 2, X is equal to 31. So X is equal to 31 is problem. So we know that this is 31 degrees. If X is 31 degrees, how much is this angle? Well, X plus 28. What's 31 plus 28? I believe that's 59. So this is 59 degrees, the other angle is 31 degrees. Got it? Number 9. You have to find the value of X and find the missing angles. All the angles add up to 180. So X plus X minus 35 plus 43 equals 180. Simplify all the left side. I will get 2X plus 8, because negative 35 plus 43 is positive 8, equals 180. I then subtract 8 from both sides. I then get 2X is equal to 172. Divide both sides by 2. X is then going to equal to 86 degrees. So X is 100. If X is 86 degrees, this angle here is 86. What's this angle going to equal to? X minus 35. Well, isn't that 86 minus 35? What's 86 minus 35? Well, that should equal to 51 degrees. I have 2 problems that equal to the same problem. I have 2 number 10s. Sorry about that. Let's do the first number 10. What's the relationship between this angle and this angle and this one? Well, X is an exterior angle. 36 and 72 are remote interior angles. So don't 36 plus 72 equal to the exterior angle? Yes, it does. The exterior angle is equal to 36 plus 72. Therefore, X is equal to 108 degrees. For the second number 10, that's the hardest problem here. So, remote interior angle, remote interior angle. This is the exterior angle. What do we know about the 2 remote interior angles? they add up to the exterior angle. So 2A, oopsie, 2A, the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So 2A is equal to A minus 5 plus 80. How do I solve this? Well, I can simplify my right side of the equal sign. A minus 5 plus 80. Negative 5 plus 80 is 75. Now I have variables on both sides of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract my smallest one, which is A. So I'm going to subtract A on the right side, subtract A on the left side. And therefore get A is equal to 75. Now, I know A is 75 degrees. So 2 times A is 150 degrees. How many degrees is the left-hand bottom one? Well, A is 75. What's 75 minus 5? So that's going to be 70 degrees. And that totally checks out. 80 plus 70 equals to 150. The two remote interior angles add up to the exterior angles. All right, guys, there's a lot of stuff. I hope you guys got this. I'll see you guys later.